about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising, that look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you're never leaving my face. Heart is racing here now, never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess, no. You're a minor in love. Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's missing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising, that look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my veins. Heart is racing here now, never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess, no. You're a minor in love. I know you do.
What's up, everybody? Back with another video. Shout out to all you guys. Hope everybody's doing well. What's good in Moab? Space. Mark Millinson. What is this? And shout out to everybody else. And shout out to everybody who watches this later. It's been a minute since I live streamed. What's good, Rap Sampling? It's been a minute since I live streamed. You know, I don't even know where to begin. The usual. My damn tooth is hurt for some reason all of a sudden. But yeah, so much going on, man. I don't even know where to begin. I figured, well, I'm moving around. I got a little while. Let me do a stream. And again, like, I'll be doing stuff off YouTube. So, you know, I do a lot of stuff off YouTube, so I'm still, you know, doing what I do, but I do it off. I do it on other platforms. And, man, it's just been so many, I've been busy, with other people. And just doing mad stuff, you know. So when I'm not on here, I'm still putting in work, you know, and everything in between. And a lot of the rhetoric, that takes me back is like, um, you know, takes me back to like I don't even know how to say it. Like it's literally, it's almost mind-boggling, man. Because I kind of went down to the realms of, the average people to try to, you know, drop some jewels down with the people who are into the politics, but it takes a toll on you because these people, you know, these people are bad. But also seeing that some people are getting it, you know, to see that some people are getting it, and that's good to see. But the majority of the people that are caught up in this psychosis with this Trump crap, and if it ain't Trump, it's, well, I don't like Trump, but I like what he's doing, from the immigration to everything in between, the gender crap. I mean, it's bad, man. And what people don't realize is, you know, they're just throwing, they're just throwing shit at the wall, see if it sticks. You got the damn orange Muppet come out and say, "Come on, space, come on, space, man. I don't even know if anybody else is here because all I see is spam comments." Um, the orange man comes out, you know, I don't know, don't not knowing if he's gonna follow due process, you know. Then he comes out, wants to change Veterans Day. I mean, then he comes out and says he wish he was the Pope. Then he comes out and says just all kinds of. I mean, I know it's not him. They're just, collecting data to see what kind of bullshit they can get over. But you come out and say you want to rename Veterans Day, and you retracted that within hours. People weren't really feeling it, which is good. I watched it. This is stuff that I watch. You know, that's what I watch. And say, okay, they backtracked that real quick. Just like how, Trump can't really come out and talk about Mr. 19 shots. He can't. You know, I think now he could, but before he couldn't do it. Now I think he could come out. I mean, there's posts going around. I mean, God, this is so much, man. There's posts going around. You got, I was battling with some, I don't know what they were between Trumps and conservatives, but, it was like weird. But they were like posting, well, the shots don't have, fetal tissue in them. And I'm like, okay, well, we know it does. And they were like justifying it because RFK said it. And they're like doing all the public information that they're getting, from like wherever, Googling it, Chat GTP, getting all the public information. But we all know about the doctors that are banned off the platforms, removed. They can't even get on the internet. All right, that then came out, exposed all of this stuff. They broke it down. Wise broke it down. I broke it down on, we went through that whole thing, you know, and they're like, oh, these are the cells from 1960. I mean, you got to be fucking completely stupid to believe that shit. Okay. knowing damn well they need up to date. I don't want to go down that road, but let me know if y'all can hear me. I take a sip of some tea. Let me know if y'all can hear me, and I got no cold water. So there goes that idea. Wait till the tea cools off. Let me know if you can hear me. All right, thanks, Rap Samples. So you have that, and then you have the other migrant crap, which I'm so sick of hearing. I mean, I've literally been, and that the psychological subversion is 100% on point. You can show people the law, you can show people everything, and they still will say, "I don't believe your interpretations." What? Like, what do you mean by interpretation? I'm not even interpreting. This is what they say. Like what? I can't believe this shit. Shout out to Linda Lamb. Much love to Linda Lamb. I mean, seriously, what kind of shit? Like, not my interpretation. It's what the law interpretates. I've had people say, "Oh, it's treasonous and this and that." No, it's not. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and people fall for this, man. Like, they don't realize they're running a psychological operation right now. Everything they're doing is for U.S. citizens. It's not for. They don't care about no migrants, man. This was the plan all along to do this, run an op real time with a lot of people to see how they can move people around, test their equipment, test, agency cooperation, do all this stuff because they're going to turn on U.S. citizens. Okay? They're going to do it at some point. They're going to do it, man. Title 42, man. They already were on the way doing this during 2020. Like, people forget 2020. You know, people forget it. How do you forget 2020? Like, they were literally tracking. They wanted to remove people from society if they were deemed this. They wanted to hold and quarantine, U.S. citizens coming from abroad. They literally were doing this already, and they have emergency orders. Like, people have forgotten. And then see people say, well, they need to go. They all need to come in here the right way, legally. They're all criminals. They're not fucking criminals. If they just came over here and they're undocumented, it's a civil offense, okay? They have constitutional protections. It's not even it's well known. It's just the way it is. That's what happens in a free country. And I got other people say, oh, it's treasonous, they're invasion, they made an invasion, you dumb motherfuckers. How can a free country, it don't matter if 1 million, 10 million, 100 million people came here. How the fuck is that an invasion? Well, Biden, he did it. I don't even like Joe Biden, but no, what you're talking about does not fit the law. That's treason. No, it's not treason. But it's so mind blowing, man. It really is. It seriously is. It's just ridiculous. And then it's more ridiculous how people are just disregarding that these are all, everything they're doing is constitutional violations, from the immigration to all these executive orders on this and on that and on this, for them sending, a guy. They actually, their border czar went to Rochester, made some, you know, media show threats. Like, that right there is a violation of the Constitution. You don't do that. Governments don't deal like that. Governments deal on the confines of law. They don't. This was written long ago in the Federalist Papers by Hamilton on how that you just don't use publications. That's like you're going against government. Like, these people are doing everything against what this country, on how it was built on the foundation of the Constitution. You know, they're doing everything. They're just disregarding it. And as long as you clap your hooves, they're just gonna keep eroding it away. They're seeing how far they can go. It's 75% gone. Okay, it already is. It's been for many, many years. And this is the last stench. And that's why I went back to, trying to teach people about it, trying to save it, you know? even though I know what this country is built off of, how it was stolen. I know all that. Overstand that beyond most people's comprehension. But that's what's here right now that protects us. Okay? That protects us from them, and that's what they use to do what the hell they're doing. Okay? I mean, it is just it's crazy, man. To see U.S. citizens. Don't call these people Americans. They not. If you ain't the right complexion, sorry, but you're not an American by definition. At all. American means one of the indigenous peoples of this land. Okay, that was here before the Europeans came. That's what the name. That's where it comes from. That's why there is not any document you possess that states you're an American because they know you're not American. They won't label you American, okay? Because if they labeled you American, that would mean you're native, you're indigenous. So they'll never put that on any document of any U.S. citizen anywhere. No one has it. Nobody could show me. And I always tell the people, I deliberately go start fucking dumpster fires. And I'll be having like 150 200 comments, and I it's just I can just go back and just out of 200, there's like 5 people that get it. All the rest are just totally brainwashed U.S. citizens that think they're American, think they're they understand what's going on. They don't have a clue. It's actually pretty sad, you know and the more you do it, you realize don't nobody understand the society we live in. Nobody. It's almost, literally, it's almost 100%. It's like, damn, I must be giving the wrong fucking information. But then there's some people that get it. You know, people just don't get it, man. Exactly. People are free. Why do they need a government? Exactly. The government is for the system. It's for, you know, building this and building that and, public safety, you know, not all the shit that's going on. And I agree. We need government to govern motherfuckers. Like, I agree with that. We need government to govern people who don't know how to govern themselves. I am 100% on board with that. No, I don't. I always tell y'all, I do not want to wake up tomorrow and the government says, you guys are free. We're done. You guys free. Hey, you guys can govern yourself. I'll be like, wait, hold on. No. See, I didn't want that. No. We ain't ready for that. I might be ready for it. But no, society as a whole ain't ready to wake up tomorrow and say there's no government. Hell no. Most people will become victims, okay? Most people become victims. A lot of people with a lot of tough talk and all this other stupid shit will become instant victims. One, they won't be able to survive without the government because that's their only security. They would panic and have anxiety and probably kill themselves because they will realize, oh my God, wait, there's no government. Wait, there's no ambulance. No, wait, there's no police. Oh my God. They would panic. It would be pandemonium. People would just off themselves. And the rest will be a victim to the people who can't govern themselves and see opportunities to, steal whatever they want, kill whoever they want, take whatever they want. If they see, pretty Susie down the street and they taking her, they're gonna take her. I've been in plenty of breakdown in society situations, guys. I've been in plenty of rescue missions, okay? Search and rescue. I've been in, places that are totally shut the fuck down because of natural disasters. All right. I've been to where there's no police, no fire, and no ambulance. And when you dial 911, them motherfuckers say, we ain't coming. You should have heeded the warnings and got out. Okay. I've been in those situations. And I told y'all, it's all the I don't need a man mentality that needed all the men to come help them. Okay. There was a lot of shit, man, that that still sits with me today, okay? And that was just a damn snowstorm that crippled society, all right? It was bad, real bad. It was so bad, they brushed most of that shit under the rug. They say, oh, like 8 people died. No, it was more like 150 people died, okay? It was a lot of people. It was a lot worse than what they were telling you. 100 times worse. You know, I was there 2 days, okay, in the height of it, in the middle of it. So, you know, and to hear the stories and talk to people, you know, and then give people rides that been stranded for fucking 3 days. Man, that shit's crazy, man. Taking a pregnant woman, you know, I mean, oh my God, it was crazy. But anyways, people ain't ready for that. People ain't ready for the government to go. So I'm not with that. So I'm wholeheartedly in favor of motherfuckers getting governed. Sorry. Y'all need it. You know, there's people that need that shit. Me, I'm gonna be all right. You know, it's whatever. You know, I'll survive. So, I mean, it's unbelievable, man. How people are just pissing away. You know, the same that they believe is crazy because these people believe they're fighting for their country through an orange muppet. Like that's their fight. We're fighting. Where are you fighting from your living room? Like you're literally fighting from your fucking living room or your basement or your wherever the fuck you at. That's where you're fighting from. Man, get your ass the fuck away from me. And that's what these people believe. We're gonna take our country back. How we? Who's we? Before you realize we is you getting taken with your country. You're gonna line up in the line and take whatever they're offering. That's a whole nother thing. Is they got them people hook, line, and sinker. Let them come out with something, you know, that Bill Gates smirked on last time and said, oh, the next one they will be, because they're gonna start killing motherfuckers. Think it's a game. Then the shit gonna get really real. Then it ain't gonna be no, oh, then it's gonna really be shut down. Then it's gonna really be, you know, all deep people being deported because people don't understand. If you're violating due process for deportation, you better go look up the fucking legal language of what deport means. Deport means remove. The same shit that they were trying to do with Title 42, okay? What they were doing to U.S. citizens, all right? During 2020 to 2021 and 2022 until they got pushback, constitutional pushback, right? They were attempting to do that shit under Title 42. You better go look up the language of deport because it's synonymous with remove. And when you remove, it applies to residents, okay? Doesn't mean if they're an alien or an alien resident, it applies to residents and people. To detain, remove people, persons, not fucking immigrants, illegal aliens. That's what these motherfuckers not looking at. That's what you're not seeing. You got to understand what they're doing. If you violate due process there, just like he said, I'm going to take the guns in first and that, you know, due process later. Like, what? That's what they're doing here. Like, wait, what? And then these motherfuckers voted for him. Now they're cheering for him for removing people out of here. That's what they want you to do because you're accepting violating the Constitution here, applying it there, violating it here. That's a 100% communistic nation. That's an authoritarian nation. Okay? Then you got a motherfucker called the border czar. Y'all don't know what the fucking definition of a czar is? It's an authoritarian. And they just like loving it. And I watch, you know, he came to Rochester. I listened, you know, I listened to the shit on the news. I'm like, oh, look at this shit. They're like, ask a question. Oh yeah, you know, we you know, they should go. They really walk a fine line of what the fuck they say. All right, I know, you know, but to the average sheep flock fucks, right? Which I'm gonna send y'all this fucking video, and I know y'all be watching this shit. All y'all believers in this stupid shit, right? Don't care. They're like, oh, the way you interpret it, I don't interpret it. Well, that's because you're half fucking got to be brain dead. There's nothing to interpret with the laws. I'm giving it to you from the fucking law, from the cases, the stating it. So you're going against it, not me. I'm showing it to you. You're saying, so what? They're criminals. No, the fuck they're not. Where? I have not had one fucking person show me it. Then there's this other motherfucker. He be running around this bitch like he's running for office around this motherfucker. I challenge him. He can't answer a fucking question. You know, a black dude. Well, looks black, doesn't sound black, doesn't do black shit. But hey, it is what it is. I'm not into the colored Crayola shit. You know, he's a good brother. He's deep, but for some reason he drinking the fucking Kool-Aid too. And then talk about he don't like no kind of government. I mean, this shit is wild, man. I wish I had, screen share it, show you like the shit that be coming out of these people's mouths, man. And these people are in our communities, all around us, probably in our families, definitely in our friends, you know, these people with these radical ass ideologies. And I told you, it's going to be a day where your ass is going to see the demon face. Remember the demon face, y'all? Remember demon face syndrome? Telling you, y'all motherfuckers are going to start looking like angels around these people, and they're going to single you out because all they're doing is narrowing this whole thing down. Like we said, the minute we heard Donald Trump talking about some type of presidency in fucking 2010, whatever the hell that was, we all knew what time it was. Everybody knew what time it was when we saw that. When we saw him first come on the scene, we already knew it is. Oh shit, they're gonna use him to take out the United States. He's gonna take out anybody who likes freedom, liberty, and truthers. And look at everything in mainstream is all conspiracy theories. It's all that. I mean, literally, it's all. I seen a commercial. It was a Bitcoin commercial dropping gems, talking about printing debt and how much debt it is equals, this many containers of paper worthless money not backed by anything. And I'm like, yeah, like even commercials, mainstream media is fucking waking up the fucking sheep. I mean, seriously, man. They waking. I mean, literally, everything is this is how. What has Wise been telling you, and what have I been telling you? He's been telling you this whole shit has been one big psychological fucking operation, and we both came to that conclusion at the same fucking time. He just gave you the formula. He just gave you the actual formula of this entire truth and bullshit that is now all mainstream and everything. It's all, there's more mainstream truthing than there is the underground truthers now. Like your fucking your gobbledygook community and shit like that. They're doing more on alternative media, dropping more jewels. Seriously. You see more conspiracy theories on the news than you do in Truther Alley. They gotta talk about the shit. Truther communities are fucking behind, man. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's truly crazy. I have fucking normies be taxing me shit. Hey, did you know them? I'm like, yeah, where'd you learn that? Oh shit, seen on the news. I'm like, what? They played that on the news? Yeah, they were talking about it the other day. I'm like, what the fuck? That's a conspiracy theory from 10 years ago. And I've been told y'all this shit long ago. When this shit goes mainstream, find a new fucking gig. Simple as that. Now you see this whole thing is just one big psychological operation. The CIA, I mean, this is what they do. It's Central Intelligence, man. Look at it, what it was before. It was all about controlling the mind, man. And they done use what? Hollywood, sports, music, TV, news. They use all that shit. It ain't nothing they ain't fucking used. Not only that, they're using technology, frequencies, putting shit in food. I mean, this shit is extensive, man. It's extensive. I mean, literally. I mean, you turn on the news, it's like, oh, this news story is for the conspiracy theorist. It's like, literally, like, it's like how we would look at a news story before. Now it's like, once you snap out of this CIA spell, right, you can see what they're fucking doing. Like when we used to watch a news story, like, oh, there's no way we could believe this shit. Look how fake this fucking shit is. Now you look at it, You watch you watch the news segment, you're like, oh shit, look at this shit. They're trying to fucking get truthers to buy this fucking nonsense, garbage, trash shit. Like literally. Because they know, oh, there's going to be people who pick that out. There are going to be people who pick that. They like deliberately use camera angles. They say stupid fucking shit that makes no fucking sense. They make it look fake as fuck because they want the truthers to talk about it. I mean, and they be throwing, like, I don't observe them throwing shit that they don't even got to, they don't even have to, it's just unnecessary bullshit. You could clearly see this now. And I'm like, you know what? I need to start doing videos for truthers. Like, look at how they're playing you guys. They're deliberately putting these news stories and linking them with this, that, and this, and putting this in there so you go fucking chase it on a fucking rat wheel. Meanwhile, that was the whole point of creating that goddamn shit because it's all lining up with mainstream media. No, you didn't wake up the fucking world. The truth community didn't wake up the world. No, you did exactly what the fuck they wanted you to do because whether you know it or not, you're helping destroy this motherfucker. Because that's all lies. They want you to believe and know it's all lies. It's all corrupt. So you could accept something new. When I said, no, hold on, I stopped a long time. I said, no, 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 no. I see it. Bitch, y'all want us to destroy the foundations that got y'all here. Then you got another motherfucker say, oh, you know, the Constitution was written on this and this and that. Don't you know it's the fucking Jesuits and this and that? And again, I was debating, which actually, the brother actually turned out, he's actually cool. And we actually became cool after and this was like how it should be. It was a fucking gematria-holic, as Cuts would call him. And, you know, he was just like, and then for like a couple of days, we were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was like unreal how ridiculous it was. But we came to a conclusion because he told me about a court case. And then I started talking about court case and like, you know, I help people out. And then we started just, you know, chopping it up friendly. And I even told him like, look, I would have been stopped talking to a motherfucker a long time ago, but something just kept me engaged with you. And he said the same thing. And come to find out, we got a lot more in common than we don't. You know, it's just I don't fuck with the gobbledygook shit. But hey, it's cool. But he agrees on a lot of shit that I'm talking about when it comes to the law and understanding that shit. And, you know, I've been sharing information. So shout out to that brother, you know. But, I mean, it's wild, man. It's crazy. So again, shout out to all you guys and whoever's watching. You know, I mean, it's truly wild, man. This mind, this Trump shit just set people over the edge on all sides. You know, it's crazy, man. You know, because you can just see it. It's like, yo, they're about to destroy it, and they need you to do it, and it's working like a charm. You know, this illegals. People don't realize how big this is. This is huge because if they get this to where they can bypass due process, it's over, man. You know, it's over. And you better be like Nazi Germany and understand that you got to know when it's time to pull the plug. And that means, you know, you already know motherfuckers like us is some kind of target. For whatever reason, you know, we don't do anything wrong. I mean, we're a target because, you know, we believe in freedom and liberty and justice for all. They don't need people like us around, you know? They don't need people like us around, you know? And now most of these Trump people, even if they don't agree, they're going to conform. This is 1984 style shit. They're going to conform. I could tell by just talking to people for 5 minutes. They could not, I don't like all, you know, but, you know, he is doing this up. You'll cave. You'll fold. You'll fold up like a pancake. You know, just like this one brother with this shit, you know? He's running around trying to be up some kind of politician in Rochester and shit. But he's just, I mean, I'm like, and I'm challenging him like, yo, you know that's in violation of the Constitution. How the fuck you gonna be running for some kind of politician, political position, and you don't even know and understand the fucking Constitution? This is the shit that I be talking about. I don't fuck with y'all in no politics. I don't, but you know, You was in the realms. I'd have met this brother before. He's sharp. He knows what's going on. Really, sounds like a truther. But you cave and fold up like a fucking mortar. Oh, I said, look, man. I said, look, man. With the shit you saying to me right now, he said the same thing as somebody else said. Oh, you're putting cases with this and interpreting this. I said, what the fuck? I said, I'm giving you the Constitution. I'm giving you the amendments. I'm giving you the 14th Amendment, right? The Seventh Amendment, the Sixth Amendment. I'm showing you, and I'm giving case law with it to back the shit up. And you still don't understand because you have been programmed and brainwashed, okay? And brainwashed to believe these mainstream bullshit ass fucking talking points when out of all the people that came in, maybe 10% to 20%, if that, that's being liberal. I'll use that term liberal. You know, they're all here. They're all on paper. They're just waiting. That's why the motherfucker Trump's saying what he's saying. Because there are people here waiting for court for their cases, which means they're legal, but they want them removed. Why do they want that? Because when they come up with some shit for for U.S. citizens, okay, when they come up with some shit for some U.S. citizens, like a disaster, a nuke zone, of cold, or whatever, some weather warfare, they can remove your ass. And if you sue them and it's in court, it don't matter because they're bypassing due process. They don't give a fuck. That's what the people don't understand. This is what they are doing. They aren't doing. They don't give a fuck about any illegal aliens. Okay, just go look back go all the way back to the Clinton administration. See how many motherfuckers came in under there. Then go to the Bush administration. Then go to the Obama administration. Then go to the fucking first Trump administration. Then go to the goddamn Biden administration where, oh yeah, okay, it's a lot, but they could have inflated those numbers. All right. There was a lot, but I think it was way overinflated because I lived on the border and I first was reporting this shit. Okay. And then some alternative media sources got a hold of it, started coming down. Then Alex Jones brought his old whoopity doo dah day ass down. Okay. After seeing my videos on TikTok during COVID that got millions of fucking views, saw me interviewing the fucking Border Patrol agents, all right, telling me all kinds. This video had like 30 million fucking views. You know, they got me off of TikTok real fucking quick, okay? I was like 80,000 followers in like 4 days, shit. You know, and I would do a live stream, man, it'd be like 40 fucking thousand people watching at once. I was like, hell, that shit was intimidating. I ain't even going live. I can't even read a comment, but that's a lot of people watching. I got nervous as a motherfucker. I'm not used to no shit like that. I got nervous, you know? So, you know, it is what it is, man. So, what was I at? Yeah, so again, this dude, he's running for it. And I'm like, yo, you don't even believe in the fucking Constitution. So you're running, like, I'm questioning you just like I used to question motherfuckers around, you know, what kind, and then you don't answer no question. I'm like, oh, so you're already like you're running for it to be a politician, but you're already acting like a politician because you don't answering anything. I'm asking you a question, you won't answer. Oh, I'm not answering that. You're just trying to stop what the fuck? I'm asking you questions, but the same guy will post shit all day about he wants answers from the city on this, that, and this, and that, and this. And I'm like, wait a minute. You can't give answers, but you're demanding, man, this shit is crazy. You know? What's good, Christopher Taylor? I am the elephant in the room with the razor sharp mind. Approximately 9 months ago, you were all claiming the wall was to keep us in. I mean, come on. It's not to keep us in. No. You got deport. No. Whoa, hold on, Christopher. You got it wrong. You came in, must not have heard everything that I'm saying. You know goddamn well. Y'all know goddamn well. Okay, I lived in McAllen, Texas. I went to a vegan restaurant in Mexico. It was 10 miles away. Okay, that's how close I lived in South Texas. Okay, I seen what's going on that border. All right, I know for a fact that shit is not keeping no one out. It's keeping us in here. And where are they trying to put the military? On the border. It's not for no migrants. Okay, they don't give a fuck about no migrants. They know when shit hits the fan, through all the movies, motherfuckers is heading to Mexico. How long have I been showing y'all for fucking years? All the people that left Canada, left Australia, left the UK, London, France, Spain is in Mexico. Okay? And how many Americans are in Mexico? Older people retiring? They don't want to tell you about all the people in Mexico. Just go to the Facebook groups, expats in Mexico, or living in Mexico or abroad in Mexico. Those groups have over, if you combine them all up, there's like 5 of them I follow, have like 3 million people in those groups. And every day you'll see at least 20 or 30 posts of motherfuckers, okay, I just retired, I want to know, or, oh, I'm looking to come in, or, oh, Trump did this, I'm out of here, I had enough of this. Every fucking day. Just go look it up. So if you think that I think that's to deport something, no. What I mean by deport means remove. The lawful legal definition of deportation means removal. Okay? Look at Title 42. Look what it reads. Look what they tried to do in 2020. Okay? Title 42, United States Code, okay? They were going to use that to remove people, okay? What they're doing now is a removal proceeding. You got, people call them illegals, oh, migrants, and, oh, they need to come in lawfully. Well, they're called, the legal term for that is a removal proceeding, okay? Or asylum. They're seeking asylum, or they're seeking immigration status, or they're in a removal proceeding, meaning maybe they're not going to be able to stay here because something they did, or they got caught coming over here a second time. Now they're in removal proceedings, or they were seeking asylum, but they're in removal proceedings, UCSICS, or what, UCIS, right? So there's 3 agencies that do this. There's Border Patrol, there's USCIS, okay, which is United States Customs and Borders, and there's U.S. Immigration. There's 3 different jurisdictions that's playing here, and also they're all making money. Okay, they're all revenue. Okay, they want these people on paper because there's money involved. Okay, through the IMF, the International Monetary System. Okay, these people are counted. Okay, that's a whole nother ball game when it comes to look at the tax laws for immigration. Okay, they are under it, which means they are protected by the Constitution. All these people, this shit is, there is so much information that we can just go view that we don't even got to think of. If we got a question, we can find a fucking answer. Okay? So to clarify that wall we already know, yes, that's to keep us the fuck in here. Deport, I mean remove from society, aka you ain't see that motherfucker just come on here the other day talk about some reopening Alcatraz. You don't see all the prisons empty in this bitch. They are getting ready to put fucking U.S. citizens inside those prisons. They're in New York, empty prisons. There's all this prison shit. Look at Georgia, okay? Look at this shit, man. These prisons are empty. They're running on, what they did is they removed funding, okay, private funding, and where a lot of people who invested in these prisons lost a lot of money, so they pulled out. So therefore, they're not understaffed because of fucking criminals or some shit, or there's not enough. Hey, if they're what is staff? That's employees. What does that require? Funds, revenue, money. Okay, ain't no money coming in, so they can't afford to hire these motherfuckers. Okay, go look at this shit, man. This shit is going on right now. Okay, it's some prisons that only got like 4 fucking guards, and for 2,000 fucking inmates, they just walk around every 24 hours and make sure a motherfucker's still alive. Motherfuckers eating one time. It's Georgia's. There's Georgia prisons where they only eat one meal a day. And if that, they got to order commissary. That's how only it's another thing. And only shit they making money off of is the shit that they're selling in there, which they started selling sneakers, video game systems, TVs. Look at this shit. These motherfuckers got cell phones in them bitches. Yo, these motherfuckers in prison. Why? Oh, well, they gotta make money somehow. So they opening shit up like that. I mean, yo, this people gotta get their heads out of their ass, man, and look at what's going on outside of them. Okay? I look at, okay, why are the prisons empty? Oh, we already know. Their first thing they want to do in this nation is they want a police state. So why the fuck would they be having less police for all these years? No, they need to make this shit like El Salvador so motherfuckers could come in and we're gonna clean this shit up and just start rounding up motherfuckers, no due process, sitting in prisons now. Now you got Obama style fucking prison tactics where a motherfucker's just locked up. Hey, when's his trial? It could be 5 years, maybe 10. We know there's so many people in this bitch. We ain't, hey, look, we're gonna give you due process, but due to the 20 million people we got in these prison systems, it's gonna take a long time. Well, there's a rumor that there's like 10 million U.S. citizens in there that didn't do shit. Well, yeah, we'll get around to it. They'll get their fair shot, and all the sheep flock fucks will be sitting there. Yeah, the criminals are off the street. Meanwhile, motherfuckers like you, me, caught up in the motherfucking mix. Yeah, it's that serious. Yeah, shit getting real now. A lot of us can see it. The shit getting real now. Ain't no fun in fucking games no more for a person like me. That's why I'm not up on this motherfucker. I'm not up on here. Well, I'm talking to a few of my brothers and sisters on here, but basically I'm talking to the fucking air. You know? I just hope one human soul will get it. That's it. I'm doing my part. You know? That's it. I'm doing my part. Cause all this, look around this world. You know? I got a beautiful family. I enjoy life to the fullest. But guess what? There's a place we're all going, and that's out of here. Okay? So I don't give a fuck about no shit that they trying to do in the future. I don't even want a part of it any fucking way. You know? And I know a lot of y'all don't either. So I don't give a fuck. I don't live long enough. I'm good. I done did enough shit. I want to live to be old, but hell, it is what it is. Told y'all that a long fucking time ago, but now shit getting real. I see the shit, you know? It's gonna be a day where I turn this bitch on. I'm like, look, y'all better get the fuck out of there. Y'all better get the fuck out. Oh, and all the sheep flock, fuck. You might as well be a Trump supporting. You might as well be a Trump supporter, conservative liberal that says, well, it's gonna happen everywhere, so what the fuck you gonna leave? No. Y'all not about to get me with y'all rhetoric. No, y'all brainwashed, man. Y'all ain't awake. Nope, I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all not awake. Nah, this shit been controlled by the CIA the whole fucking time. Y'all not gonna tell me to beat you some crabs in a motherfucking bucket. I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. I'd rather, hey, at least I knew what was coming. I'm over it. Fuck it. If they blow the ant hill up over where I'm at, then hey, that's where the fuck it's gonna be. But I know I'm not gonna be squandered around this cess fucking pool over here. It is what it is, man. And people better start making some rash fucking decisions and choices and knowing, see the writing on the fucking wall, because I can see it. When a bitch, we need to open up Alcatraz. Oh, we're gonna change Veterans Day to World War I Victory Day. Like, what the fuck kind of psychopath? They just saying any fucking any goddamn thing, man. So anyways, Christopher, my bad. I ain't, my bad. I didn't mean to like confuse you, but you know, yeah. I mean, I'm all for the prison. You can call that, but I'm just calling you what the law states where they're going with it. They're gonna go under Title 42 under an emergency declaration. Right now, there is 43 live emergency declarations that's been running since 19 motherfucking 33. Some of them, 1933. That emergency that people say with Roosevelt and all that other shit, that shit changed into 1970. Okay, that framework is gone. People always say, "Oh, we're still under," no, we're not. Stop. No. Stop with the stupid shit you hear online. Go look the shit up. No, they changed it in 1970. Still incorporates some of that, but all that other rhetoric, that bullshit's out the window. They got new shit. All right. And since 1970, there's 43 emergency declarations right the fuck now. Okay. Right now. Where they could just say, oh, there's like a national emergency and you got to do this and we're going to take over this and we're going to club. Man, this shit is already, we already let them get too far. You know, just like my wife told me, this shit is communism. She said, it communism coming. They already know, man. They already know what time it is. Because in China, if the government wants something, they just come take it. What do they do here? They want some, they just come take it. It's already there. It's just not all the way there. You know? It's all the way there, but it ain't all the way there. You know? So it is what it is, man. Mohave, can you AC? The fuck? Can I AC? The damn horse's name was Saverti. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But anyways, so when you see all this shit coming, man, you know, it ain't time to be playing around, man. You know? It ain't time to be playing around with this shit because it's they're doing it right in our face. They're telling you, like, they're showing you, they're telling you, look, we about to go full tyrannical on your ass. So, you know, it is what it is. We're gonna destroy the United States, you know, we're gonna do it piece by piece. You know, we're gonna flush it out, but we're gonna destroy this bitch. And that's what they're doing. That's what people need to see. You know? I'm with anybody that talks about standing on the Constitution. I mean, it's here. Stand on it. You know? And right now, people that stand on the Constitution, they looking at you. They literally have U.S. citizens who believe in the Constitution, disregarding the Constitution. Like, come on, man, this is just fucking wild, man. But, you know, the bright side, on the flip side, all of the shit that I just said, is it gonna all go as they plan? Okay? They're gonna do it. They're gonna try it, but is it gonna go as they plan? You know, that's where I see stuff like that Veterans Day shit, where they backtrack real quick. Okay? Where I see shit like, you know, when that motherfucker came to Rochester, I see motherfuckers that I ain't seen talking before. And I'm like, oh, okay, okay. This motherfucker that knows, it's people out here that know what's up and what entails the Constitution. Okay? But again, they're just going to keep propagating as long as you can vote. Oh, that's another thing that's going around. Goddamn third term Donald Trump. Now, I watched the video of him when he's talking about, you know, fuck due process with the migrants. You know, I saw a little 3-minute video. That motherfucker looking old, guys. He getting up there. So, I mean, we don't really got to worry about 3 terms because whatever they're going to do going to happen before that. But he won't even make it 3 terms. That motherfucker looks old. He done aged a lot, all right? He aged a lot. I'm talking like he looked bad. Y'all ain't seen Donald Trump lately? That motherfucker looks bad. All right. They might, I don't know. He looked bad. He looks real bad. You know? He looks real bad. So, yeah, you ain't got to worry about 3 terms. But that shit is going on. A post came by talking about some Donald Trump 3 terms, signed the petition. Oh my God. I almost lost my fucking mind, man. I got blocked right off of that fucking petition. And I ain't say nothing negative. I just dropped straight facts. Oh my God. It was like comment after comment. You fucking liberal Democrat. Fuck you. I mean, they were like, you're liberal. Look at you. Oh my God. Look at lefty Democrat. Look at, what are you wearing? Are you wearing peanut? I mean, it's unbelievable. Where did this come from? A lot of y'all went through it. I went through it. past 4 years, we were called Trump supporters. We were called Trump supporters and Nazis. Like I was literally called Nazis. Now I'm being called fucking leftist, Democrat, communist, liberal, left wing idiot. Like where do we? How did we fall into the twilight zone to where you could call me a motherfucker, a nigger, a piece of shit, an asshole, a bitch? What happened to that terminology? You want to call me a Democrat or a leftist liberal? Like seriously, like that's the first thing that comes to people's heads, even the other side. If you're, talking about the liberals, you're a Nazi still. Like where's the cursing out of the other terms? I mean, this shit is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. Flint, yo, just saw New York, Maryland, Virginia to install. You saw that? Yeah, man, shit. I actually recorded it and was gonna upload the video, but I just got lazy. I'm like, oh, who the fuck cares? Y'all don't know about it anyway. You saw that? They said, I'm a bust right into the law. What they saying for New York, they're like, okay, if you get a speeding offense, okay, you what they're gonna do is try to make a bill. That's just a bill that they're put in. This ain't gonna fly. And these motherfuckers literally said driving's a privilege. Like, come on, people. We can't be letting them do this shit, man. Driving's a privilege. So that means getting a car is a privilege then. Because if you buy a car, you can't drive it, then what's the use of having the fucking car? Okay? So how the fuck is driving a privilege? You see, this is the dumbass shit that we don't need government for. This is the shit that I don't like government for. This is the shit that, no, that's not government. That's not governing anything. Okay? That's just ignorance and stupidity. And that's to get what they want. You know? I mean, could you even, I mean, literally. So anyways, what it entails is if you get speeding, maybe two or whatever the hell, then instead of suspending the license, they're going to put a thing on your car. Now, this, they already have insurances for it. They have, Progressive has Snapshot, okay? Like they already got there. This why I told y'all. Right now, what's big? I'm into cars. Right now, what's big is cars. Like I'm not with that street takeover shit. That shit's dumb. But I like, the night scene where, hey, you drive a little fast here and there, do a little street runs, stuff like that. Little gather meetups, but not the street takeover shit. No, that's not no. And I like car shows, okay? Um, and that has become so big and so popular, and they push it so hard because I'm like, they're going right to where they want to go with it. And they want to go where, oh, look at everyone speeding and the car scene. It's so big, it's disrupting everything. And and the police they're letting them do it in a lot of places. And what it's doing is it's creating for the masses to say, oh yeah, we need that. We need speed monitoring. There's people always speeding and all this other shit. Right? So here they go, they come out with a bill. They put the news story out, see the reaction. Oh my God. When I saw that post, oh, good, we need that. Good. All the goods, good. And you see people like, no, look at this. This is crazy. I mean, man, that was crazy. But anyways, what they want to do is install basically a speed monitoring system in your vehicle. They already got it. Insurance, Snapshot, Progressive. Go look it up. All right. Which what it does is for young people, or if you driving record, but it'll monitor you and grade you, and it'll bring insurance premiums down if you don't speed, if you don't brake too soon, brake hard or lane switching or shit like. I'm like, mother, are you? Man, we are excelling, we are in hyperdrive to the new world order. But so this speed thing, you get a speeding ticket, obviously first time, whatever. Second time, boom. Now they want to incorporate this system. Well, what's it going to do? Monitor your driving. Now, the shit that they come out with, I believe will be a monitoring system. It won't be the actual slow down the vehicle type shit that they really want to do unless the car is newer, because you better look at your owner's manual on a 2025, okay? They have the ability to be patched into law enforcement to slow down that vehicle, okay? They got it in the Cadillac Escalade. They got it in the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, okay? They have those in the car. They have them in some Mercedes, all right? You could opt out, okay? But these things are coming in these cars, and they have the ability to slow the vehicle down. You already, how many years they had governors? They've had governors forever, all right? When you're going so fast, the fucking car will get to a certain point, slow down. So, what do you think? They got the capabilities of yo ass not even being able to go over that fucking speed through OnStar or Starlink or whatever the fuck link that all these cars, new cars are linked up to any goddamn way. They slow the car right down. Slow it right down. You already got the car, you put it in, you got Super Cruise, the 2025 Cadillac Escalade, Super Cruise, just like drives itself. Love it. It's fucking unbelievable. You know? It's handy. It's gas. You know, I like that technology. Love it. Hands free, feet free. You just literally just like a passenger in the motherfucker. You just gotta, you know, you can learn how to trick it. I learned how to trick it, but you just gotta make sure it sees your eyes on the road. Otherwise, it'll start slowing down. I tested the bitch, took my eyes off, pretend like I dozed on that motherfucker, slowed down, veered off the road, made sure there was no cars, and came to a complete stop on the side of the road, and then made this. I'm like, damn, this is dope. You know, it's good. You fall asleep, shit, the car gonna bring you to a complete safe stop. You know? So yeah, man. That's crazy, man. Like, man, they ain't fucking around, man. But right now it's just introduced. I mean, it's way behind, you know. But yeah, it's wild stuff, y'all. They ain't fucking around, man. You know? They're not playing around at all. And then it was something else they had came out with. Let's read this comment. They are talking about Golden Dune for Iron Dome in Israel. Shit. I don't know. I heard something about Texas having some. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. The weather modification. You know, in Florida, they're talking about, oh, DeSantis is, you know, oh, the geoengineering. Now in Texas, they're like, it was raining blue shit. And they're like, oh, this is toxic. Oh, the weather modification. Da 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 da. You know, I don't actually drove by a weather modification fucking operation. Didn't even realize it till I'm like, wait a minute. Well, after living down there in South Texas, over all these fields that are like, man, the amount of acres is literally, if you're driving for a half hour, it's still the same farm next to you. Soybeans and corn. Okay? Soybeans and fucking corn. And I'm like, and I was looking at it, I'm like, how the fuck do they water this shit? You cannot water it. And then I realized every time I went by, it's always fucking storm clouds over it. And I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, that's how they water this shit. No matter where it was, this was like, if you're coming up, leaving McAllen or Brownsville, it's like before, it's before Corpus Christi, Texas. Okay? You gotta go past it. It's fucking miles and miles and miles up your eyes to see. And I used to wonder, how the fuck do they water this shit? And then I realized it. I'm like, motherfucker. Because every time I come through there, it looked like it's gonna thunderstorm. And then because it's so flat down there, you could see the fucking rain clouds like 20 miles away. So then I realized that I'm like, why is it always dark and rainy right there? And as soon as you pass it, the sky opens up to beautiful South Texas sun. It's just a beautiful blue, fucking the bluest skies you'll ever get in the United States. I don't go to California, so I don't know. But the bluest skies you'll ever get in the United States is South Texas, and that's why Tesla's building their fucking bullshit. And when I was down there, when they were like, "Oh, Musk is eyeing, this area in South," I'm like, "God damn, that's the same thing I was thinking when I was down there going to South Padre Island." I'm like, um, this shit looks like fucking Cape Canaveral and Merritt Island. Nothing's out there at all for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, but a bunch of fucking windmills. And lo and behold, that's where they built this fucking SpaceX, you know? And now they're talking about building some kind of fucking Tesla fucking city or some shit. And I'm like, oh, well, I thought they were going to build a Walt Disney World down there because there was talks of building a Disney down there because in the valley, between all those, there's like 3 million people that live there. That's a lot of fucking people, all right, that live in that area. So that's why business is always thriving. During Mr. 19, business was booming down there, you know? That's where I was spending my time at, during Mr. 19. Fuck, on the shit, it's like doesn't happen. But anyways, um, uh, speaking of the weather modification shit, and that's another thing in Florida. Every fuck go Google Space Coast rocket launch past schedule. Them motherfuckers, I was literally watching them launch rockets like every fucking day. Like, and the rockets don't go up; they go veering off into fucking. I don't know what the fuck they're doing to the skies. I don't know what this Starlink shit is, but I think it's me personally. I think it's nanoparticles. You look at the sky; they're launching these rockets every fucking day down there. I got 2 videos of them, but I just didn't upload them. I'm just lazy upload. I got the videos on my phone, but I didn't upload them. You know, of me recording the fucking. I'm like, look at this shit. Why is the sky like bright red and orange? And it's a goddamn rocket again. Look like a comet and it's a rocket. But they're literally launching rockets like every fucking day. Like for 1 week, they launched like 5 rockets. Personally, I think there's some kind of nano shit for Starlink. Some nano shit they release into the atmosphere. It gets up in the air, floats, and creates signals. I don't know. Something's just not right with that. They're not flying goddamn satellites up like they tell us. It's some other shit, you know. Who knows? We might all be embedded with the nanoparticles. I don't fucking know. We all been studying this shit for many years. I don't know. They might hit a button one day and we're all fucking neural linked the fuck up. Look, we got you motherfuckers now. Who knows? I don't know. I'm going off into sci-fi land, but there's a lot of weird shit going on, man. But again, the shit with the with the weather modification, right? I was talking about this earlier. That's what I want to talk about. Now all of a sudden they want to talk about weather modification. And no, it's not because of we woke them up. It goes because, you know what? That shit was always questionable to me because I studied airplane turbine engines, okay, and how they produce so much goddamn, because they're spinning so fast, they create so much cold, they create steam, they create mist. It is what it is. We've been fed all these photos of these planes. I get it. I got me a P900 to try to watch the chemtrails. I couldn't see it. All I saw was the turbine engines that I learned about. So I was never really, I say chemtrails, oh, they're spraying the sky. Look at the sky, spraying the sky, this and that. But when you study the turbine engine and turbos, that's what it does. When you fuck around with compressed air, like air compressors, that's what happens. It could be 90 degrees outside. Fuck around and pop a air compressor line. Yep, you're gonna form ice. It's gonna start coming out like a cloud. I mean, that's just what happens. You know, and then to know that they compress air, liquid nitrogen, into those fucking planes, you know, it gets into, yeah, I don't know. I had a camera watch them fucking planes. All I saw was the engines. You know, they're like, oh, those are spray nozzles. Like, nah, I zoomed in enough. They ain't spray nozzles. They ain't that fucking far. I mean, you know, can, the smaller planes, crop dust and shit like that. Yeah, they spray shit. We know they do spray shit, but coming out in commercial planes, I couldn't tell you 100% if that's what's really happening or not. I don't fucking know. All right. But now all of a sudden, isn't it funny? They're talking about weather modification and oh, spraying the skies. What if these motherfuckers weren't never spraying the fucking skies? What if they was doing some other shit like Mike Morales used to talk about with the bunker fuel ships, right? And then he would show this other shit that it looks like the chemtrail planes, but it don't look like the chemtrail planes. You know, I don't know. That's why they're gonna come out. Oh, we're gonna talk weather mod. We need to stop the weather modification from this and that. And then now all of a sudden they want to talk about weather modification. I mean, come on, man. You know. So I don't know. I don't know if do they spray shit in the sky? 100%. Is it coming from those airplanes? I don't know. Could they be spraying the shit at night? Hell yeah. Could they be hiding them in between those flights? Hell yeah. But as far as them commercial jets, I don't know. I mean, I zoomed on some of them bitches. They ain't have no windows on them. That shit scared the shit out of me. I'm like, okay, that ain't got no window on it. But it was like a military plane. Then they have this company that does it's like a flight freight delivery, and they come from China and shit and India, and it's like a DSL, but it's like the planes are unmarked. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you about the shit. If I observe the sky fucked up and the next day people sick, yeah. So where it come from, I don't fucking know. Could they park ships off and put in a jet stream like they used to back with the United States Gas Corp? Hell yeah. That's more highly likely. They want you to believe it's the plane so you're not looking over there. Them windmills, the way the wind flow, you start seeing a lot of shit, man. You know, I see where all the wind turbines are. Right from South Texas, South Padre Island, coming through that Gulf, all the way up Midwest, and that's where all the storms run through. That's the way the weather flows now. It used to flow when I was a kid because I was always into maps and weather. It used to come from California and blow all the way over. It used to come from Washington, up in northern Canada, from Alaska. It used to flow from the Pacific all the way up. They used to call it the Pacific Front. When's the last time you heard of a Pacific Front? Never. They don't even know what motherfuckers don't even know what the fuck that is. But there used to be a Pacific Front. What did that mean? My ass in Rochester, New York, knew in 3 to 5 days that fucking rain is coming, or if it's cold in winter, it's gonna turn to snow. Okay. Now magically, New York barely has any fucking snow. When it does, it's lake effect snow. They rarely ever get Pacific winds that funnel over and bring snow, right? We just get Gulf shit every now and then, right? Because that's where it comes from now. Look at all the jet streams on the maps. It'll come from the Gulf or come flood from Canada in the middle because they got it all flowing from the middle for some odd reason. I have no clue. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a fucking urologist. I'm not a gynecologist. All right. I'm not a weatherologist. You know, I just know what I see and I just talk about it. That's it. So let me take a deep breath. It's been a long time. You know, let's see. And then there's we know, they know, we know. Wait, he was right. That bunker full stuff was yeah, he was. Man, them bunker ships, man. That shit is wild shit right there. And you start I research when I watched Mike Raz, I researched the shit he used to talk about. Sure enough, them bunker fuel ships, man, that shit was crazy. And I always thought that. I used to tell y'all when I was a kid, I used to skeet on the back of cars, right? Meaning when it was a snowstorm, when the Pacific fronts came and gave us snow, we would be outside playing. What we would do, we would skeet behind cars. Big old school cars had big solid ass bumpers. All right. When the cars changed, you know, we got older, we couldn't do it because we snatched the fucking bumper right off the goddamn fucking 1990 Nissan Maximas. But the motor cars, like the motherfucking 80s with them big ass metal bumpers, oh, they got good grip under there. Sometimes too good to fucking cut your fingers. But guess what? We used to lay down in the snow, feet of snow, get on the back of the car and drag. That shit was so fun. But always after, we'd have fucking colds. We'd be sick as a dog. Why? Breathing in car exhaust. So then, you know, as I got older, studying all this stuff, like, why the fuck we get so sick in the winter? And then I realized, damn, they changed the gas in the winter. Well, who owns the gas companies? Well, the same people that owns the pharmaceutical companies, the petroleum companies, and the food companies. So I'm like, huh, what additives they put in the gas? So then I researched the additives that they put in the gas, and then I realized that, damn, them shits cause flu-like symptoms, respiratory illnesses, right? Sore throats, right? All kinds of shit, sinus issues. And I'm like, wow, why is there a winter blend? Why is there a summer blend? Because I've parked cars during the winter, them bitches fire up right fine, they drive fine. I don't notice the fucking difference. But apparently, they create different grades of gas because of the weather. Hmm. Well, look up what's in there. All the shit causes everything that we get sick from in the winter. Plus, the leaves go, right? First off, they change what? Yellow. They warn you to get the fuck out of there, right? Naturally. And then they turn orange once they say, okay, it's almost time to go. And then they turn red. It's like, bitch, if you ain't gone yet, when these bitches gone, no, there's no more really any oxygen in this bitch. So when you know way up north and anywhere up north, you lose all the trees, right? Except for the evergreen trees, which gives out a lot of oxygen, right? But I mean, it's not that much, but that goes away. Then water freezes. Then it barely rains. So you don't have the moisture in the air. It's super fucking dry. All right. So add all them elements and you could create a nice respiratory issue, right? For people to keep on, their bodies get weak and cold, right? From the cold and then get sick. Think about it. Think about it. So I'm just saying, you know, think about it. My friend had his teeth knocked out. Yeah, man. That's what we used to do. So yeah. So yeah, there are no Pacific fronts anymore. What it used to do is the fucking well, what happens now is see, I've been all over this country. I don't really fuck with California, but I was born in Colorado and used to visit Colorado all the time. And used to be way up in the fucking mountains in my uncle's cabins, all right, far away from society, so far that I would be nervous at times, and I could see every fucking constellation known to man being up there because there's no light at night, and it's just unfucking believable. You like see the shooting star every 3 seconds. It's amazing, man. But anyways, but how it used to be in Colorado is the clouds used to come over the mountains and used to get rain. Now the clouds run into the mountains and you don't get rain. That's why there's a lot of droughts in Colorado and all the Wyoming and shit like that because the clouds, they ain't that high. Plus, Colorado is a mile high in elevation, so it is higher already, but those high clouds crash into the mountains now. That's why there's always a lot of rain on the one side, but not the other side. So, you know, that's why we don't get Pacific fronts no more because for some reason we got two layers of clouds in this reality. But when I was young, I remember the clouds being high as fuck, not look like we could jump up and touch them. But that's besides the point. So, yeah, we don't have Pacific fronts. You know, there used to be jet streams that would come from Southern California. It never remember that Southern California, and then there would be shit that coming from Northern California, Washington areas, right? Come down, go all the way across the United States, all the way to the easterns and off to the coast. That's how it used to work. And okay, guess what else used to happen in California? All right, that people forgot about. Guess what used to happen in California, guys? Okay? Just guess. Take a wild guess. As I sip on this tea. Take a wild guess at what used to happen in California. Hold on 1 second. Guess. Earthquakes? Yeah? No. There used to be goddamn hurricanes in California. Not many, but there used to be some every now and then, but they would call them tropical storms, right? And they would come in, because surfing and stuff like that. But there used to be hurricanes in California. Maybe be like one every so often, but now you never hear of a fucking hurricane in California. You know, but there used to be hurricanes in California. Because it used to be warmer in California than it is now. I remember being young. That's where everybody wanted to go. California, Florida. You know, no, it was everybody wanted to go to California. The beaches, the sun, the surf. The weather. It's hot. That was the destination. You know. But yeah, there used to be hurricanes. Not many. But you used to hear about it. But it used to be a tropical storms. They used to get tropical storms. Now, nothing. Zilch. They modified the shit out the weather over there. Or it could be global warming or climate change. Who knows? You know? So, yeah. When I was young, I remember being in California. I think it was like, when was I out there? Like, when I was young, like, I actually used to play. I used to play with Matt Barnes at his parents' house. We were young, and I think we were like 8, 9 years old. He was fucking big ass kid, but they were neighbors with my mom's friend. So I used to play with Matt Barnes, and that year we went, there was a fucking hurricane. I can never forget that shit. It was a tropical storm, scared the fuck out of me. Windy as shit, blowing shit all over the place. But yeah, we would go out there for 2 weeks out of for like 3 summers. I used to play. We used to play in the backyard, shit in the sand, and with toys and shit with fucking Matt Barnes and shit. His mom name was um shit Mindy Barnes, and Matt Barnes was his dad. His dad was black and his mama was white, like mine. But yeah. So yeah. But yeah, I'll never forget that. And then when I was gonna go to Colorado State University, um, my mom tried to, his mom tried to get me to go to damn UCLA, but man, I wasn't trying to go to no fucking. That's what I was making the best decision of my life. That's when I had my first kid, so basketball became a dream because I was going to go to Colorado State University to play basketball. But, you know, that quickly turned once I had a kid, like that summer, you know? And I was like, I still could go. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. I can't go. How's that going to work out? So, Yeah, I was sending tapes to the coach. Coach, come out, work out. Said they told me to go to University of Rochester. He knew the coach there. Get a couple runs with the coach, and then they'll record it and get it back to him. Boy, the motherfuckers wanted me to come there bad. That's what I was. I was like a dunk machine, and I wasn't, and I'm only 6'3", but I had serious hops. So, and I had a crazy jump shot. Like when I jumped, and nobody was blocking my jump shot because I jumped so damn high. And I had it, that's what I worked on is my jump shot. So they saw that. They were like, oh, we can, obviously they can train me, work me. They wanted me to come out. And then at that time, he was like, oh, well, if you could do that, then why don't you come out and join Matt and, come out this way. And I think he went to a different school after that. I can't remember. I'm like, man. Yeah. But, it is what it is. But it's crazy. I can't read it right now. Hold on. First grade, I drew the devil and won. Uh, that's funny. Drawing contest, second grade, John King does. Yeah, I already know you got skills. I know you got skills. You got the aura that you can draw your ass off. You already got that aura. You already got the aura. Oh man. I've always loved art, like old school art. Not old school art, but like art like drawing, not the art, not the liberal fucking art. Put your dick and balls on a painting and it's oh my god, it's so beautiful. No, not that shit. Just throwing paint on the fucking wall and pissing on it and talking about this is original. No, I'm talking about like art. Like people drawing freehand and creating characters and shit. Drawing characters, everything. I love that shit. So crazy. So I used to love drawing. I wasn't really good at drawing. My mom was extremely well at drawing, but that fucking gene passed through me. I mean, I was creative in other ways, just not drawing. I've always had a creative mind. I just couldn't. Man, I can't draw this shit. You know, my sister can draw, but that shit skipped me. That shit said, no, motherfucker, you can't draw. You might. They're like, no, you might have. Maybe they turned that shit off with a vaccine they gave me when I was young. Like, yeah, this fucker, he's not going to be able to draw. He's not going to be creative in his hand. And then the shit went to my mind and said, because I could create shit like with my hands, like I could create shit with clay. Like I've made some crazy clay sculptures. Um, I can build shit like there's nobody's business. I have an automatic level. I can get anything perfectly straight. Whether hanging up, I've never needed a level to hang up anything. It's always been perfectly straight. You know. But yeah, drawing it's amazing, man. It's amazing when people can like. That's why the new age drawing. That's why they push that type of shit. That's part of the communist fucking goals is to push ugly, meaningless art instead of looking at people that can draw like shit like that's real art. When you can draw some shit, that means you could take something from your mind and put that shit on a piece of paper or a painting. That shit is amazing to me, man. Always been amazing to me. I've always loved art. I could go to an art gallery and just stare at art and just be like, how the fuck did they do that? Like literally drawing a picture of somebody. I've always marveled at art. Plus, it comes from somebody, so that makes it even more significant. Like in my house, I got shit that people make. Like I love shit people make. You know, like I don't care. I'm not, I'd rather have something somebody make. Like I look for really nice, furniture, that somebody might have painted themselves or handcrafted themselves. Like that shit means shit that people create means a lot to me than some production ass shit. So I'll do that. Like when I went to Oklahoma City, shit. Yeah, I brought back a painting this guy did. It was like fucking $500 painting. That it was like what, a 12 by 5. It was beautiful. I'm like, man, this thing. I walked past it, it grabbed me. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta take this with me. You know, and don't do that. That's what I'll be somewhere, I'll see something. Yeah, I gotta have that. Or somebody draw something or make something. It just means a lot to me. You know, it was good, Cuts. I know Cuts can draw his ass off too. Ah, so I started. Yeah, so drawing is. I love drawing. I don't know. I don't know, something about me that I always, when people make something, like I cherish it. Like it's like it means it has sentimental value. Someone writes a note, a letter, it like means I don't know. I've always had that means a lot. Somebody draws something, it just, because that's somebody's heart and mind and their thoughts that come out. That shit is so powerful. That's why they try to suppress it, man. They don't like creativity. That's why they got rid of it out of the school because it creates an aura of like understanding and like connection and like it just creates something that they don't want in society. So they got rid of that shit. You know. So, but yeah, but shout out to all you guys rocking out with me. It's always much appreciated. It's been a minute, but I figured I'd go live. I haven't been really tuned in. I've been busy. So I'm helping people out with stuff. Um, you know, shit like that. And just doing a lot of, you know, doing a lot of. So always busy, always moving. Every day I'm learning new shit as always. I'm always learning new shit, so that never stops. You know, it's always good to just keep learning, keep pushing. So keep learning, keep pushing, and keep trying to maneuver through this hellhole that we landed in. I don't even know how the hell we got here. We landed here. So some reason we got in this reality. Shout out to everybody that is tuned in. Everybody that tune in later. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to my brother Richard Quinn, man. I gotta hit him up. You know, even though we have our heads butted, you know, we take off our uniforms, our truther uniforms, and our Gematria Holic uniforms. You know, at the end of the day, we have the same, our hearts in the same place, you know, even with ideologies. But I haven't heard from him in a while. I got to hit him up. You know, usually he'll drop in and curse me out for talking about the Gematria Holics or some shit, you know. But I fucks with Richard, you know. He means well, and he's a good dude. He's definitely a good dude. You know, just like the other brother, TJ, another good dude. You know, we was warring last week, and you know, shit. You know, now we cool. You know, sharing information, other information. You know, that's hey man. You know, my brother Wise, I haven't seen him in a minute. I haven't seen heard from him in a while. Hope my brother's doing good. You know, I'm always thinking about it. You know, all my brothers and sisters. Angel Z, I see her. She said what's up every now and then. You know, but shout out to Angel Z. You know, the other angels. Um, shit, Fake Mike. I talked to him today. He'll always be Fake Mike. Real news. It's good, Leonard. Um, Truth Virus still hanging in there and kicking it. And it's good to see Christopher Taylor, I Spy, rocking out still. You know, we're all still around. So, and all the others. I wonder, Sons of Peace still making videos? I don't know. He might not be making videos. There's always somebody I'm gonna forget. It's always how it is. It's, you know, I wonder if Sons of Peace is still making videos. It's always been a deep brother. You know. TV has Truth Virus 13, I think. But he'll make videos and he won't, and he will. Uh, what's his name? The sheriff. Shout out to the sheriff. I know he'll tune in at some point. Shout out to the sheriff of YouTube. So, you know. Oh, I heard. I heard. Freaking. Uh, Reject from Boston. I heard he's back on the scene. Oh man, somebody left a comment on one of my videos. Old ass video. I must have said Rich from Boston in the fucking video, but I seen an alert. I'm like, oh, I actually got a fucking comment, and it was on an old ass video. It said RFB is back, and I'm like, oh shit, back on YouTube for some reason, but it did, you know, it didn't look like he's on YouTube. Like somebody just posted videos of his ass. Fucking YouTube, boy, I tell you. CIA is a motherfucker, man. CIA, yeah. Yeah. Well, when I was on Rumble, shit, he was on Rumbles. He ain't never stopped. He just went to a different platform. I saw him on Rumble when I'm on Rumble. They said Rumble is no censorship. The minute I went over the motherfucker, I got censored. I still got video. I got like 10 videos with 0 views. All about the shot, showing the actual reactions that people were sending me on TikTok when I had my big ass TikTok channel, which I still have hella emails. I don't even open them up because I don't even want to know. Because I'm sure if I go look these people up, they ain't here no more, and I don't want that shit on my mind. Last time I went through this shit, I was fucking stressed out for like 3 or 4 days because it pisses me off. People forgot. I can't forget. How can I forget when people were sending me their videos to share because they were being censored and they were just telling about their story. That shit is sad, man. It's sad as hell. You know, that's why I can't forget. You know? I didn't go through it with my family, but I went through it because I was so in touch with so many people during the time going through it. Remember, they took the filters off of YouTube because they were analyzing what we were saying. So they took the filters off, and we were all everybody was getting views. You know, that channel's gone now, but shit, I was up to 5,000 followers, getting like 1,000, 2,000 views a day, uploading videos, talking, going, doing hashtag film your hospital, going around, you know, sharing shit, other people sharing other shit, showing everything that's going on. You know, so yeah, man. And that damn TikTok channel, that's when, you know, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And then I had got another TikTok channel and that got 50,000 subscribers and then was deleted. You know, and then I got another TikTok and it had like only 13,000 followers, and you know, then it got to where I couldn't even download TikTok to any device. You know, they had me totally banned off that shit. You know, I would turn the stream on. All right, I'm gonna do a live stream, and and I wouldn't say nothing. I would just sit there, and it would just boom, 10,000 people come in, 15,000 people come in. I would just sit there, not saying a word, and then it would hit me with a warning: warning, dangerous act, warning, dangerous act. Your video, your live stream is in jeopardy of being terminated, and then boom, it cuts off. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'll appeal it, and sometimes it will reinstate it, but after a while they just fucking there was no more doing that. And I'm like, damn, how am I getting flagged? Well, it was all the fucking liberals, the libbies, all the liberals and shit. Somehow I got tossed into a liberal pool. So when I went live, they all like rampage and flagged the fuck out the video, which I think was probably some kind of operation that they had out there that, you know, was doing that to a lot of people because they were suppressing a lot of people, man. Crazy. So, all right, Cuts, promote yourself. Go ahead. Shout out to Cuts. Go join his channel. But yeah, guys. Oh, man. Some other people. No, go ahead. Promote your channel. You already know. I don't give a shit about none of that. I don't care. Anybody got a channel, they can promote it. I don't care. Oh man. But what else? What else? I'm not a boy and I'm here mysteriously for a reason. Like you. I'm not a boy. I called you a boy. Maybe I didn't. I know you've been here for a minute, Moab. I think the oldest OG up on here is Christopher, and then would probably be well, that's on the stream right now. But I think the OGs are that we would all know that's still out here is Wise, Truth Virus, Christopher, Dark Kushite. What's good? Thank you, I appreciate it. Probably the oldest OGs. Sheriff, but he don't make videos no more, but he's still around. Laz Valdez, you know. Laz is still around. I still subscribe to him. I don't check shit out, but I'll see like a blurb will come across my screen. Laz V posting a video. You know, I just consider him some kind of OG, even though we fucking disagree more than we agree. But I could tell his heart is in the right place. You know, when we remove all of our bullshit beliefs, his heart's in the right place. You know, like a lot of people, if we lose our cape, you know, we just realize we all, you know, kind of the same. Just going through some bullshit. Going through some bullshit. It's supposed to rain. I was talking to fake Mike. He said it's supposed to rain for the next fucking 3 days. And then I looked at New York City. It's supposed to rain for the next 3 days. Up north, it's like rain all over the fucking place. Crazy. So, oh, he checked out his videos? Nah, I haven't checked out any. I ain't really. You know what I've been watching on YouTube lately? Malcolm X. God damn, that motherfucker was dangerous. He was fucking dangerous, man. But if you go listen to Malcolm X right now, okay, you can see that shit is relevant right now. Everything he's talking about, he explained the liberals and the conservatives on how they're a third party wing of the government and they use both of those to manipulate both sides for the same outcome. I mean, he hit the nail on the head. I mean, I mean, it's, you know, that was back when, you know, it was about white and black shit, but look at the knowledge that he was putting out on a lot of shit, you know. I mean, he was putting out a lot, you know. Was he corrupted at some point? I don't know, but I listened to a lot of Malcolm X shit, some deep shit, and I'm like, damn, I even came across the time he came to Rochester, and boy, did he drop some fucking jewels, you know. He dropped the shit all on about what Martin Luther King's doing, what was behind the March on Washington. I mean, that's what I've been listening to. Like at night when I'm relaxing and I might like close my eyes, I'm like, let me put on some Malcolm X and just, yo, that shit was, he was deep, some deep ass shit, you know? It was deep, real deep. He talked about a lot of stuff, man, that's relevant right now and exactly what's happening, you know? So, yeah. And then other than that, shit, I'll tune into some. I forgot his name, but he be traveling all over the damn, showing these extreme places. But he'll be like in the highest elevation city where they're looking for like gold. Looks like somewhere like Asia or something. And like the air's hard to breathe and shit, and it's like they don't have no garbage. It's like they just throw the shit off the side of the mountain. This shit's crazy. Like what the fuck is going on? You know, and then he did some shit where he's in the Everglades and like shit. You learn a lot, and the motherfucker show a lot of shit people don't know about. That's what I've been looking at and watching. And then you know, the guy he goes to like other places in the country. You know, that's the shit that I'll tune into. So but yeah, I feel like I've been streaming for like 3 hours. Only been 149 hour and 49 minutes. So uh, what else is going? What else is the crazy crap going on? But it's good to come here and talk to you guys. You know, we are extended family. You know, I just wish, man, like I just, you know, I've had the experience of getting with like-minded people, even though people backstabbed you and turn on you, shit like that. But to just have that moment to where you with a bunch of like-minded people, man, I tell you, it ain't nothing like it. You know, like meeting wise, meeting, uh, cuts with everybody, meeting fake Mike, and you know, even when we went to the OKC thing, OKC and all being together and shit. New York. I mean, I had those moments. So when I sit back and see all y'all here, like, damn, man, I wish like one day everybody just get together, just out like in nature somewhere, like at a camp, and just chill with just the stars above our head, a fucking campfire, just one fucking day, you know, or 2 days, one day, just have a campfire and just, you know, have a couple beers, wine, whatever the fuck, and just talk about shit. That'd be crazy, man. That'd be so dope. You know, maybe we could do it in Meta. Meta. We're gonna do it in Meta, or we could do it in Neuralink. But just just to have that nice, warm, coolish, warm summer night, and just be chilling, and just talking about all the shit we talk about now. That shit would be crazy, man. Cause I've done that. So to like y'all, man, that'd be beautiful. You know, cause I've done that multiple times, man. It ain't no feeling like it, man. You know, there's no feeling like it. I can't explain the feeling. I don't know. Like when I met Wise, it was crazy, man. It was like a beautiful thing. It was really beautiful. You know, but yeah, you know, over the years, shit, I've met a lot of motherfuckers, man. I done met James Yeager. He died now though, but I've met James Yeager and the guy that he's with on the road. I met Richie from Boston, ironically, on the road. That was crazy. Right in between Buffalo and Rochester, I was going to Buffalo. I'm like, look at this fucking Richie from Boston. I'm like, this is damn Land Cruiser. I'm like, look at this shit. I'm like, what the fuck are the odds of that shit? And then I went to the gas station, and fucking Richie from Boston got off at the same exit, went to the same gas station, and I was like, I'm about to. This is when we were kind of like having words a little bit. I'm like, I'm about to go walk up to him. And I was like, I never forget. I walked up to him, and I was like, and I was with my kids and shit. They were like, "What record?" I was like, "Y'all record this shit." I always record. I was like, "Let me record this shit," because it was kind of like people beefing with Richie from Boston and shit. Not really, but kind of like here and there. And I observed him for a minute. And I'm like, hey, Liz, he's getting gas. So I was like, and I walked, and I was like, I'll wait. And then I seen him. So he went. He was just looking around, and then he went to go walk inside, and the motherfucker, shit was, and he seen this same shit I seen. There was this fucking dude girl guy, just dressed like a dude, dressed like a woman, and and I was walking, and then the dude guy was in front of me, and then Richie from Boston was in the front. He opens the door to to the Pilot gas station. And when he turns around, he kind of held the door and he looked at the guy and he was like, unfucking believable, like real loud. I was like, oh shit, that's funny as hell. Because I thought the same shit. He was like, unfucking believable. And then, he goes in and then I pay for my gas. I go back out. So I'm pumping my gas. And then he comes out. I'm like, what's up, Richie? And I walked up to him. I was like, nice truck. He's looking at me kind of weird and shit. He's like, I was like, yeah, nice truck, man. And he's like, thanks. Like, kind of like asshole. So I'm like, so what's up, Rich? He was looking at me like, what the fuck? Like, he gave me that, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, who are you? And I'm like, what's up, man? I was like, you don't recognize me? He's like, huh? I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, oh, we got that smirk. Oh, like the laugh. Oh, shit. What's up? And then he slapped me up, dapped me up. And then he's like all giddy and shit. And like, oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Oh. I'm like, oh, man. He's like, oh, man. And he goes, oh, man, that's a nice ass van. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Like, what's going on? And, oh, man, I'm going across the country. Like, yeah, I saw that shit. Da-da-da. He said, oh, man. Then he's like, oh, man. Then, we just shook shit for like 10 minutes talking about shit and talking about the, shit going on in the world and like all this other shit. And oh shit. Damn, traffic coming to a fucking screeching halt. And then all this other shit. Oh shit. Here you go, buddy. Oh shit. Let me hold on, guys. I gotta make sure this tractor trailer that's zooming up behind me knows the traffic slowed down. So all I need is to be getting smushed. In traffic. So, then, we just shot the shit for a minute. He's like, oh man, you got a beautiful family. I'm like, yeah, cool, thanks, man. And then where the fuck did he put that out so for? That truck is gonna tear that damn cone up. Oh, that truck definitely hitting that cone. Yeah, the truck. No, I mean the barrel, not the cone. So then, it's like, oh yeah, what's up? He gave me his number and she's like, yeah, man, hit me up, man, this and that. So, yeah, that was the Richie from Boston story. So, that was funny. But, yeah, man, it'd be just so crazy, man, if we just got together for, it's just a wonderful feeling, man. But, yeah, what are you going to do? So, but ain't that crazy, though, when you think about it? Like, it's been guys like I Spy, Truth Virus, me, Wise, Sons of P, and other people who just the have could never get any. Like, think about that. What the fuck kind of algorithm? How we was in the algorithm before the algorithm? Think about that shit. That's how you know this has been some kind of controlled shit. Okay, it's been some kind of controlled shit all the way around. It had to be some kind of controlled uh operation, man. Because how could we all be caught with we got the same kind of vibe. We really don't subscribe to shit. And we expose the shit. So we don't really subscribe to anything. We talk about everything. And we relate to people. We could relate to anybody. We don't fall under political. We don't fall under like, the conspiracy theories. I mean, we talk about stuff, but we don't get latched on to it like other people are latched on, you know? And when you think about that, it's like, you think about all the ones, even Laz, you know, same shit. Like, why us? You know, there's been a couple other people, but why us? That just never, you know. And I think you know who you could put in that category too? Maddie D. You could put Maddie D for Truth in that category too. You know. that's been around for a long time before the algorithm. You know, I mean, think about it. Some motherfuckers have been out since 2010. YouTube came out in '08. So you didn't tell me about no goddamn algorithm. You know, so that shit been out since '08. You know, I think YouTube came out '08. Yeah. So think about that shit. And yeah, shit. I had my first channel was 30,000 plus. I think Wise was like 40 or some shit like that. Like, how did we get wiped off? And then everybody that was on our shit, and I know I Spy, you had like 40, 50,000 people on your channel, right? Oh, 2006. But still, 2010, 4 years, and motherfuckers in the algorithm, 4 to 5 years, we in the algorithm for over what? You figure I came around 2011, 10? No, I came around, I was Obama. When did Obama get on here? Maybe, I don't know, somewhere around that time I came on here, but I was watching. And then I started making videos. So you figure, fuck, I'll just say me around 2010. No, it was before 2010. This was before 2012. I know I was making videos before 2012 because we talked about the fucking end of the world and shit. So maybe I came '09 making videos, something like that. So think about that. '09. I mean, you talking like 16 fucking years of the algorithm? 15 years of the algorithm? Hell no. You know this shit was controlled. There's no fucking way. Before algorithm was an algorithm. You know? Crazy. Right. No ads needed. How many subscribers you had? Yeah. You had a mad big following. You know, we wasn't selling shit. None of that shit. And all of us, think about everybody I just said. We ain't never sold a fucking thing. We ain't never advertised nothing. You know? We never even, well, I didn't monetize. I know Wise never monetized. I know Truth Fires never monetized. You know? I never heard you talk about monetization and no shit like that, I Spy. So think about that shit. I be thinking about that, like, damn, how the fuck can you be in an algorithm that long? And then you go on other platforms and you still in a fucking algorithm, you know? I don't know. I don't know. We imagine if we weren't in the algorithm, shit, couldn't have had that shit. It would be fucking world would be probably different, you know? Shit, those shit we was doing. We remember troop bombs, thumbs the fuck down. Remember all that? Let's go truth bomb fucking CNN channel. Shit. I remember we had the thumbs. They got rid of the think about the shit that we did, man. We got rid of the fucking thumbs on fucking we got rid of the thumbs. Like they don't even have dislikes no more because of people like us. I guess that's why we're fucking censored, you know? Think about that shit we did. Truth bombs. Oh, they almost went off the road. Truth bombs. Like, I mean, literally, you would go to videos. They would have like 50K thumbs down and like 10 thumbs up. Your ass ain't propagating the motherfucker with that shit. And then we all in the comments and shit. Man, you knew you knew they had to get rid of that shit. CNN come out with a video. Shit, I think we've seen videos that had over 100,000 dislikes. Like when they had like these psychological aberrations, and you know, you had people like True Virus, Matty D, I Spy picking it apart. I mean, that's when man, you had a lot of people on the team. God damn, it was PK, Truth was on the team. Um, Anthony 2B was on the team. I mean, I ain't gonna be able to think about all Wise, of course. Um, uh, shit, it was so many people, man. Eric M. I don't know if anybody remembers Eric M. He was a cool brother, man. I wonder what happened to him. Eric M. Damn, it's a lot of people. Even Professor, nah, not really, yeah, Professor Doom. You know, he used to do the truth bombs. Um, Man, there was so many people, and the channels were big as hell. Uh, um, you had freaking Veritas. I wonder whatever happened. What the fuck, Veritas? Veritas Fox. Um, Damn, I wish I could find the old video where I did a shout out to everybody, man. I got it lost in the sauce, where I did like 100 channels of people who were like the truth community. Like I was always about bringing us, trying to bring everything together, but that shit never was happening. Oh, then you had all the flat Earth shit. You had Dan Pratt. He was doing the truth bombs. You had and Dan Pratt had a big ass following, and they put him in the They put him in the dungeon real quick. You know, he had a huge following. I think Dan Pratt he was like the most hated fucking. He was like people used to troll the shit out of him. I still rock. I still rock with Dan Pratt. I actually checked one of his videos out like a week ago. He's always been a cool brother with me. You had DJ Moore. He had a big ass channel. He's still around. He'll make but he don't do anything to do with truth. And he totally fucking. He's like a Amish. He's like an Amish truther. He just like went from truthing to like being Amish. What's good, Miss Blink? What's the other ones I could think of, man? Damn, man. Oh, you had oh man, you had what's his name? Uh, oh man, Operation Truth. Oh, he was all with the Operation Truth. He's still around, but not really making videos. He'll comment every once in a while. You had how could I forget about him? God rest his soul. Old Marine Vaughn. God rest his soul, man. I still got tribute videos to. Why ain't that showing up there? Old Marine Vaughn. Yeah, shout out to him. Why isn't it showing up there? Huh. Old Marine Vaughn, man, yeah. That guy right there, that's one guy I wish I would have met in my lifetime, man. You could tell he wasn't taking no shit from anybody or anything. He was going out, if it had to be. That was just an all around such a good dude, man. And we used to do the videos with the sunspots. Oh man, rest his soul, man. Rest his soul. Definitely a good man. Yep, I still got a video somewhere. I think it might be on this channel that I paid tribute to him on the day that he died, which I forget. Also, Operation. He's still around. Outlaw X. No, not Outlaw X, but shout out to him too. Um, Damn, what's it called? Operation. I forgot, but he had a huge ass channel. He's in the comments sometimes still. I think he had 100,000 followers. Operation something. He's got like the little red icon, but he had like I think he had 130,000 followers. I think it was no, Black Ops Secrets. He had like 3 channels. One channel had 150,000. I think one had like 80,000. He had a huge ass channel. Yeah, Outlaw X, he passed away. Rest his soul too. But yeah, and then the other guy from California, light skinned dude, he had like a very distinct voice. Um, he had a big following too. But everybody used to do the truth bombs, and we used to share it. Man, it was be funny. You go to the video, we check back later. That shit'll have like 150,000 dislikes. You know, they couldn't even like, come on, and like 2 likes or some shit. Like, come on, man. Now, people going to see that on their platform, they're gonna immediately, why is everybody disliking this? Straight to the comment where we dropping jewels, like, oh my god. So just think about it. Yeah, Monograph. Yep. Can't forget about Monograph. Yep. Yep. So, yep. 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 Yeah, it was a lot of people, man. Um, man, there was so many, so many. Just good people who see what's coming, you know, see what's going on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, old Marine Vaughn. Whatever happened to that guy Bill? Remember that guy Bill Bunting? Anybody remember Bill Bunting? I thought he was a pretty cool dude. Bill Bunting. Then you had Manana, who was pretty okay. You go to the flat Earth community. You had damn, who was it? It was Brian. Remember Brian Mullen? That dude, he was too sophisticated. I think they paid him a visit. But yeah, what's his name? Brian Mullen. That dude, he was doing real. That motherfucker was intelligent, and he was doing real experiments. You know. Oh yeah, BP Earthwatch. I didn't really watch that channel. It was kind of into like, there was certain channels like it was certain. It was a certain group. It was a certain bunch of us that kind of like we wasn't really with like that, and there was another big channel that we weren't really. What's the other big ass channel? It was BP Earthwatch, and there was another one. Oh, I forgot the channel's name. Um, Thanks, Christopher. Yeah, yeah. Just reminiscing about back in the days, man. Yeah. Um. Oh, and then there was what's his name? The actual one who actually, and he was actually the king of gematria. Um. Oh man, what the hell is? Why is it slipping my name? Um. Wise did videos with him too. Damn it! What the heck is his name? Um. Uh, Citizens of Gotham. That was a good hit. That he probably was up there with one of the best at putting out deep ass information. He was like a wise in a different form, you know. He was really wicked with it. Like he really, yep. COG, Citizens of Gotham. Yep. C O G, Citizens of Gotham. Yep. 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 Yep. He was really he was really with it. But yeah, those were the days, man. You know, those were the days. But fast forward today, and Zach, he wasn't really. He was really. He was a square back then. You know, he was like nobody really wasn't really. I don't know. I didn't really watch him back then. I knew he was around, but I didn't really watch him. You know, but he was like a square. He didn't really fit in with anybody really. You know, he was like that kid that nobody talked to in the back of the classroom. You know, but I mean, he put out information, but I just really didn't check it out back then. You know, I think what it was the only time I checked it out when it was all the beef going on, back way back then. But he wasn't. You know, I don't know. Oh, and then there was that one dude, but he just was in his own world. Red Silver J. That shit was funny. But he used to do good videos too. Red Silver J. Everybody remember he had a big ass channel too. Red Silver J. Red Silver J. Yeah, Red Silver J. That was funny. Red Silver J. Who else? Right back then. Remember Ron Johnson? What the hell was that? Ron Johnson. He had the voice of like that was like the voice of like that voice could be you could market that voice. Ron Johnson, you and 5G. Ron Johnson. Y'all remember Ron Johnson? And then you had the other one. I actually liked the one dude, Grindall, whatever the hell his name, Grindall 61 or whatever, some shit. Grindall. I actually liked it. The Grindall. He did like more of. He was like an auditor truther. I think he was like a fucking early liberal that was like a truther. No, he don't got no channel. Citizen of Gotham. I think it's gone. I think I have deleted. Um, who else? Who else? Uh, who else? Hold on 1 second. All right. Yeah. Who else? Who else is out there? I can't think offhand. I know I'm missing a lot of people, but yeah. I know I'm missing. Oh, then you had. Oh, we can't forget about Kafka. Can't forget about Kafka Winston World. She's still around. Um, I always look. She was like to me always like that older mom figure of the truth community. I always like listening to Kafka. She's still out there making videos, you know, still out there. Kafka Winston World. I think her name is Never Lose Truth now. Yeah, Never Lose Truth. But yeah, Kafka Winston World. I always enjoyed listening to her. She was like the mom of the truth community. Then you had some other lady, but I think she was like a fucking troll. Yeah, that lady, she did a lot of videos. I think she got uh she probably did more videos than anybody on YouTube. Faithfully. She been around for a long time. Long time. What other big channels? Or semi big? Oh, you got yeah, Anaconda Malt Liquor. He was good at the Truth Bomb videos. Oh my god. From Australia. Oh yeah, yeah. You about to bring my mind to more. Yeah, James Corbin. He died. No, that's James Munder. Yeah, the Corbin report. But that was kind of like later. You had James Munder. He died in a car accident. Yeah, James Munder. Um, Another name popped in my damn head when you said the Corbett report. Yeah, James Munder. Um, uh, oh yeah, Orel Huxley. I remember that. Oh, you know who else? What's his name? Um, what's that one guy's name with the cats? Uh, Matt is his name or something. His name's Matt. What the hell is his name? What the heck is his name? It's like a name of a book. It's like the name of a book. What the hell is his name? Oh man, I can't think of his name. Something, something. But he made good videos. He had the voice for making good video. He's still around too. Yeah, Quantum of Conscious. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh shit. What the hell happened? What am I pushing? Yeah. It's good, Andy. Yeah, Quantum of Conscious, but his name used to be something else. He had a big ass channel too. Oh man. Yeah, and then there was a y'all remember y'all remember Professor I think I said Professor Doom. You remember Professor Doom, the prison guy? I didn't know what to think about Professor Doom, but he had the perfect like newscaster voice, you know? He's got 93K. Oh damn. Professor Doom. Let me see. What's one more? Um, wasn't there somebody with double O's? Oh, Dabu. Of course, you can't forget about Dabu. Dabu. All right, man. Appreciate it, Chris. Much love to you. Good reminiscing with you, man. Good reminiscing. Oh, remember Syrian girl? Syrian girl. I can't remember too many females. Syrian girl, Kafka. Then there was this one chick, but she turned like a troll or some shit. It's weird. I forgot her name. But now these are like old, OG ass channels. Trying to think of some others. But man, them was the days, boy. Truth bombs and oh my god. Thumbs down. Go to the video, drop a thumb. Man, could you imagine that now? How powerful that would be? Just invade the comment sections. They had to get a grip on that shit. It's crazy, man. Crazy. But yeah, man, I think we freaking tucked in on the corners for today. But try to think of a bunch more people later. Yeah, we used to take the video, put the link. Truth Virus to put the link, go thumbs the fuck down. The link is in the description. We just click the link, we right there. Boom. Thumbs down. We don't even watch the shit. Then we leave a comment. That was crazy. Yeah, it would be like some videos would have like 10 likes or 100 likes and like 250,000 dislikes. Like they couldn't even get it. I mean, it was crazy. I remember Truth Virus did the Masonic Lodge in Detroit. Oh my God, that was crazy. They were literally messing with, I don't know what that was all about. That was crazy. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. The Truth Virus did. Oh man, that was funny. But, oh man. Trying to think, it was a lot of flat earthers too, but I can't remember a lot of the names. But yeah, man, I think that's about all I got for tonight. About to get ready to get up off of here, and you know, I appreciate all you guys that watch this later. Bro Sanchez, yeah, yeah, well, that's when he was small time. I think he gives out good information. I like Bro Sanchez. I don't watch it, but last time I checked, it was some Jeranism shit. But that's crazy. Like you can't see like there's been agents around for so many years. Jeranism is like a prime example because you don't just go cherry pick some. I didn't even understand. I'm like, wait, 24-hour sun. They're like, I didn't know flat earthers were arguing against a 24-hour sun when there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. I don't know. I don't even understand what the fuck they're even talking about, honestly. But that was weird to see Jeranism turn against flat Earth. That's crazy. And then call them a cult. Like, damn, this shit is crazy. Fuck. You know? They probably got all the fucking cells ready, boy. They got them all ready for us. You know? Oh, crazy. That's crazy, man. See that see that shit. So I watched. That's the last time I watched Bro Sanchez. And I'm like, wait, these motherfuckers went to Antarctica and then came back, and he's not a flat earther anymore. Like, what the fuck? Because of a 24-hour sun? Like, what the fuck does that got to do with anything? Wild stuff, man. I mean, anything. Anybody studies anything to do with real history, you know that. Okay, they knew that the Earth wasn't what we're told now. Like, it's not. Oh, what they discovered it. These motherfuckers been navigating, taking over this bitch forever. Like, what do you mean? It don't matter if you come towards the United States or you go the other way. They know goddamn well it don't fucking work like that. You know, they know this shit. You wouldn't even be able to navigate the way you did if it was the way they say it is now. No, it has to be not flat like how they make it seem stupid, but a level understanding. You know this. And these people are people are sophisticated. You know, if you stole the lands, okay, obviously you'd make people believe that it's something fucking different, so you can keep the shit. You know, fucking think China learns about space? No, they don't give a fuck about no goddamn space. And that's another thing. Like a lot of this China talk, like with Americans, sorry, U.S. citizens, so fucking stupid. You know, they'll say, "Oh, China's trying to take over the world." That's what somebody told me the other day. They're trying to take over the world, so these tariffs are necessary. How the fuck is China trying to take over the world? What country are they invading? And I get crickets, chirps, like. So what the fuck? What country are they taking over? Are they calling up Greenland, saying, "Look, bitch, we're about to take this shit. Whether you like it or not, we're coming." They go down to the fucking ocean of Taiwan and say, or whatever the ocean's called, just hypothetically, say, "Look, we're gonna call it China Ocean." Fuck what y'all talking about, you know? And another thing is, you know, people don't understand the history of China, okay? And I get blessed to get the knowledge from an actual person whose roots come from there, okay? Whether, they go back 5,000 years plus, tradition, oral, understandings, knowledge, information, okay? To know the history of what happened there and understand that, you know, what's happening here already happened there, okay? This is just 200 to 300 years later, okay? So just like this country, everybody will be the same color in about 200 years. Everybody's going to be, you know, like the color of Asians, if not lighter. It just is what it is. That Asians were black. Asians were dark. The original people of China were all black, dark as shit. But we already know Europeans invaded, did all this stuff. The history of China. Oh, they kicked, Jesuits. Okay, it is a fact. They did come into China. They tried to bring, new knowledge and all this, and they were accepted. But China got rid of their ass in the 1700s. They get the fuck out of here. Don't ever. They start killing the motherfuckers. If that doctrine was there, okay, and now it ain't. What'd that tell you? They got the motherfuckers out of there, killing them, bitch. Still to this day, persecute their ass, and they have a deal with the Pope. The Pope magically dies. Now, what deal they got? Anybody look at that? I ain't got time to sit here and make a video about the Pope and his connections with China, how the Pope and China have a secret deal. Well, not really truly secret, but the Communist Party (CCP) gets to pick the Pope. I mean, the missionaries or the bishops for China. Okay, and the Pope says yes or no, but CCP is the one who picks them. So why they got that. That goes into territorial lands with Taiwan. It goes into a lot of stuff that I don't got time to sit here and show y'all. You know, and that's the whole thing where the fight at China comes in, because China and Taiwan and the claim of Taiwan, you know, by certain groups, factions, aka the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, these things are significant. So now with the Pope dying, that's why you got that riffraff with Taiwan, because Taiwan is not considered a country. Okay, it's not considered a country because it's under the control of a country. All right, which is the Republic of China, and people don't understand what's happening. And the Republic of China, all right, has dealings with the Roman Catholic Church, right? And it was all done, through the papal bullies. It's got to do with international law and stuff like that. So, same way they got Japan, Vietnam, and all the other shit. Same shit. Ain't nothing different. So, China, what I'm getting at is people don't understand why China is the way it is. Oh, it's communist, it's this. Well, yeah. And the people are oppressed. Well, yeah. But the history of China, you could kind of see, wait, hold on. They're preserving whatever they can of their history. Oh, well, the President Xi and this, that, he's like, they're all New World Order. You sure about that? Or is that some shit that you believe? Because when you get into it, all right, when you really get into it, you understand why there's zero tolerance for drugs. You understand why there's zero tolerance for a lot of shit, because they were already stripped. They were already brought to their knees, okay? They are Chinese well know that the Europeans came over there with drugs and destroyed their nation. Destroyed the old empire. They did. They destroyed it. So they wanted to preserve the history of China. This is why they ain't no fucking space movies in China. Now they started, a little bit here and there, but China, they don't fuck with space. They don't do that. And the reason why is because they understand that they're trying to erase the history and the understandings of China, of their history. That's why a lot of their history is about, the emperors, the king, the Quang Dynasty, Ming Dynasty, and stuff like that. It's because they're preserving their history. So what do they got to do? Well, block themselves off from the rest of the fucking sick and twisted ass world. It's kind of like you can start thinking, like, hold on. Are they suppressed? Yeah. Are they locked off from the rest of the world? Yeah. But is there a reason? Think about it, man. If you're going to be a superpower, you're going to cut your people off to being influenced by the world. And now look. So at some point, there's going to come a headway where they got to go to war with China. And China's got some hell of they got a lot of people, a big military. They got a lot of bodies, But there's a lot internally going on in China too that it's fucked up, man. Like all the hospitals are like full. A lot of people are dying. We know why. Who did that? Think about it. Who did that? Who's running that opera? Who's trying to deplete their population over there? See? People, we're brainwashed over here with a lot of bullshit. But if you actually talk to the people over there, they're scared, man. You know, they're wondering like what happened. Well, they kind of figured it out, you know. But there's people in their country that have that are in government in the Chinese Communist Party that are planted from, the New World Order puppets. Meanwhile, there's real people of China that, same thing that's going on there, here is going on there, infighting within the governments. Because this infestation has put itself in the mix of all these governments and is trying to, reign supreme. So don't think that, oh, it's this and oh, it's that. No, go look. There's stories popping up where internally China is fighting. And that's because that same hand that's here that said, look, it's go time, is moving over there. It's moving in other countries, in Ethiopia. It's moving in the Middle East. Countries that ain't fully, under control. So it is what it is. They just had a Romania. Look what the fuck's going on in Romania. They just had a presidential shit. Looks just like the United States. Turmoil, same shit. But yeah, that's all I got for now, man. I'm about to get up off here. And, I'll talk to y'all later. Much love to all you guys. Peace. I'm out.
So, when you hear me speak, and the things I say, I'm speaking to my people.
If you ask me, I'll tell you what is wrong with the world. We're being desensitized from the things we should feel. Living our lives in these times while we suffer inside, and we can't see the problems because the masses are blind. Let's try and find a solution. We're not helping ourselves. We're walking around unattached and disconnected from self. Too comfortable and too scared. That's why we never rebel. That's why we catch me writing rhymes and trying to balance the scales. Put car on the roads. It seems like dawn of the dead. Zombies, robots, lemons being misled. It's like we're sheep to the slaughterhouse on the conveyor belt, about to self-destruct, cause we're under a spell. We search for purpose, but nothing ever surfaces. We need to be accountable, cause we're deserving this. Alarm bells are ringing, but it's like you refuse to wake up. Subconsciously you're hitting on the snooze. It's just another day in this world, while we're living under this spell. When you travel through realms, just make sure you prevail. Elevate for yourself. You need to stop sleepwalking. We're blinded by the rubbish and glamorized materials. Imperialism has got us fearing rules. I'm tired of these rappers rapping about their cars and jewels. If you take a step back, they will define buffoons. The saddest thing is that they're in the minds of all the children. They keep our money motivated and that's how they kill them. But do we care? No. Young money's here. That's why I aim this 2 inches above your earlobe, so we can all start pulling in the same direction. Cause it seems to me like we've lost that connection. Man, you've sold your soul, so you show no affection. Get to know yourself and love your reflection. It's like your brain's a phone and you got no reception. Arm your mind with knowledge, use it as a weapon. Alarm bells are ringing, but it's like you refuse to wake up. Subconsciously you're hitting on the snooze. It's just another day in this world, while we're living under the spell. When you travel through realms, just make sure you prevail. Elevate for yourself. You need to stop sleepwalking.
There has to be some accountability. You have to have some self-account. You have to say for yourself, what am I going to do that's right for me, man? When am I going to take ownership for what I do to me and my people?